can see headlights.
Who the was that?
The property just has so much dark history and energy around it that you can feel it without even knowing the story.
We decided to head downstairs and venture into the cornfield. That was kind of a mixed deal because the bodies were found there.
This place gives me bad vibes already. Hello? Hello? You hear that? Yeah. What the fuck, dude? No. Oh my god. He's here with us right now.
That smell came back, dude.
Chapter 1. The Lion Ambush. Robert Hofmeyer, a wildlife filmmaker from South Africa, and his brother-in-law Andrew Caldwell decided to go camping at Kagalagadi Transfrontier Park in Mabuasehulbe, Botswana. They packed up their truck, grabbed their gear, and headed out to film. For Robert, this wasn't anything new. He'd done plenty of wildlife shoots and camps before. But this time, things were about to go horribly wrong. What was supposed to be just another trip would turn into a real-life fight for survival.
South African wildlife cameraman. My brother-in-law Andy and I were doing some filming work in Mabuasehulbe on the Botswana side of the Kalahari Transfrontier Park. It was our first night camping and we woke up early in the morning to be at the pans for first light.
It was around 6 a.m. After setting up camp and pitching their tent, they stepped outside to brush their teeth. Suddenly, Robert froze. He saw something that made his blood run cold. When he told Andy, at first Andy didn't believe him until he saw it too. And in that instant, they both realized this wasn't just dangerous. This was the worst thing that could possibly happen. A massive predator was right there. They bolted toward the truck, jumped inside, and slammed the doors.
It's in our tent.
It's gone in our tent.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we've got a lion here. Robbie spotted it about 8 meters away, and it's just gone into our tent.
My coffee is stuck out there with the lion.
Is your boot open?
Sitting inside the car, they could hardly believe it. A fully grown male lion was only a few yards away. Neither of them had any idea why the lion was there, or how it had crept up so close. But it looked hungry, and what's easier than two helpless, cornered humans? If they'd noticed just a few seconds later, they probably would have been torn apart. But even inside the vehicle, they weren't completely safe.
A little bit shaky. Lion just went into our tent.
It was in our tent and then it came out with Andy's pillow. Now it's sitting under the tree over there, eating the pillow. He's playing with the pillow now.
Not very tasty.
I really hope it was your pillow, Andy.
It was.
Was it?
I'm pretty sure.
Mine's a similar color. Yeah, is that yours?
It's very dark.
It's covered in slobber now. Yeah, that was a bit scary.
The lion crouched low in the bushes, eyes locked, waiting. What were they supposed to do? Should Robert and Andy stay put, drive away, or try to scare it off? The tension was unbearable. Before they could make a move, the lion made one. It got up, slow and steady, and headed straight back toward their tent. Panicking, Robert and Andy tried everything, revving the engine, honking the horn, inching closer to intimidate it. Nothing worked. This lion wasn't scared of cars, wasn't scared of noise. If anything, they were just making it angrier.
The lion continued to circle around the tent, so we moved the car as close as we could to the entrance to the tent to stop him from going in there again.
See, the area they were camping in wasn't fenced. Wild animals like lions and jackals roamed freely, and because they'd seen plenty of humans before, they weren't afraid of them at all.
Eventually, the lion got bored of playing with our things and moved off into the darkness.
You messaged it.
We have a lion in our camp in...
You're telling your family you love them.
No.
Finally, after what felt like forever, the lion seemed to lose interest. It slowly wandered off. Robert and Andy, still shaking with fear, knew they had only one shot to act. They jumped out to zip up the tent before the lion decided to come back. Every second outside felt like it could be their last. If the lion had returned in that moment, it would have been game over. But somehow, they managed to get back into the truck and drive off for a morning patrol. Later, when the sun came up, they cautiously returned to camp to check the damage. What they found left them speechless.
Put a bit of lion slobber on it. Otherwise, absolutely fine. Your pillow?
I don't think I can use this again.
Why not? 100%.
Sure.
Let's have a look inside the tent. He's ripped my bag open.
What?
Yeah.
Ripped your bag?
Yeah.
Peace marks.
Otherwise not too bad in here. It looks like he's also put his teeth into the outside of the tent, which is a bit worrying. It's not very secure, this. Oh dear. Looks like the lion put some holes in our chair.
Luckily, Robert and Andy made it out alive. They weren't torn apart by a furious predator, but they walked away with a lesson burned into their memory. Never camp in an unfenced area with nothing but a flimsy tent between you and the wild. Sometimes, just paying attention to your surroundings can be the difference between life and death. But in the next story, Brendan didn't keep his guard up, and that mistake turned into the most terrifying night of his life. Chapter 2. The Deadly Surprise. Brendan, a YouTuber from the UK, travels around in his van, camping in different places and filming his adventures. On July 24th, 2022, he uploaded a video that became the scariest and most watched clip on his entire channel. But the reason it went viral wasn't just because it was a camping vlog. It was because of the terrifying twist that turned his routine trip into a chilling mystery. This time, Brendan was heading to Lake Vyrnwy in Wales. The day started off perfect clear skies, good vibes. He had no idea that if he'd known what was waiting for him, he never would have chosen this spot.
We're currently on our way to a lovely little spot called Lake Vyrnwy, but we're invading Wales tonight on a sneaky little stealth camp, hopefully by the lakeside of Lake Vyrnwy. We've got some beautiful food to cook up tonight, but I'll show you that a bit later on.
At first, Brendan struggled just to find a place where he could park his van without running into strict rules.
Looks like some people have already beaten me to it. That's definitely a camper there. Right, here we go. The infamous signs. Let me show you. No overnight parking / camping. That's going to be where we're going to struggle, I think. It's a bit too busy for my liking at the moment, but we've still got to go and check out the waterfall first. So, yeah, this is spot number 1, a potential, absolutely gorgeous lakeside park up. Anyway, on to the next spot. Let's get close to this waterfall.
It was almost like the signs themselves were warning him to turn back to get as far away from that area as possible. Something was definitely off, like the whole place was holding its breath, waiting for the moment everything would fall apart. But after some searching, he finally found a decent spot to camp.
The wind's picking up a little bit. Look at that scenery though. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous.
After parking, Brendan wandered off for a hike and even checked out a beautiful waterfall. These little moments of peace and beauty might have been his last bit of enjoyment, because he had no clue what kind of nightmare was waiting later that night. By the time he came back, hungry from exploring, all he wanted was food. He fired up the grill and started cooking.
So I'm going for something slightly different tonight. Instead of fajitas that we cooked up on the long mend, I'm going to be having some chicken skewers. I've got 2 chicken breasts in there that we're going to cut up. I've actually forgot my chopping board tonight, so I'm a bit of an idiot, but I'm going to use these paper plates that I always use now to chop the stuff on, because these are super convenient to just throw away when I don't need them. We're going to be using a selection of spices. Oh, that box smells good. Some Cajun spice, some peri-peri seasoning, some paprika, of course, some pepper, some salt, a dash of oil, and to finish it off, it wouldn't be a skewer or a fajita without some Cholula hot sauce. So yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight. Haven't had kebab skewers in a long time, so let me crack on with it and get dinner on the go.
Finally, his meal was ready, and Brendan dug into his barbecue, totally relaxed.
It's quite a bit of food, you know, considering that the chicken cost £2. How much is a pepper and a pack of tomatoes and a red onion? Nothing really. That's a pretty decent meal. Let's get some of the old Cholula on it. My God. That smells and looks absolutely incredible. Oh yes. Kebabs without bugs. That's the way I like my kebabs. Oh wow. That is absolutely delicious.
But right after lunch, another challenge popped up. He had to move again. It was almost like the universe was throwing obstacle after obstacle at him, pushing him to quit this camping trip. Still, Brendan stayed determined, brushing off the strange vibe around him. To him, it was just another simple campout.
So I've ended up moving from that fly-infested spot. After I ate those kebabs, I just thought, there's no way I'm going to sleep here tonight. So I'm going to do my very best at trying to air the car out of all those flies. It was an absolute nightmare. There's a couple buzzing around, whether those are the ones that I've brought in my air along the way. But yeah, look at this absolutely beautiful spot here.
By nightfall, he thought his troubles were over. He dealt with the bugs, settled the van, and finally crawled inside to get some rest. But the insects were the least of his worries. Something much bigger, something far more dangerous was about to disturb his night. Everything seemed set for a calm evening, the perfect stealth camp. And then, in an instant, everything changed.
Okay, all stealthed up. One absolutely epic evening. If it wasn't for those goddamn flies, which there's a couple still in here now, it would have been perfect. Anyway, I don't think there's anything left to do now, apart from getting dressed, get into bed, and wake up to that beautiful view. If you don't hear from me, then I've had a good night's sleep. I'll see you guys in the morning. I can see headlights.
Who the was that? They just drove off. Didn't shout anything.
Didn't ask if anyone's in here. Gave a couple knocks, shone the light in, and drove off. Shit. I thought someone would come back then, Jesus. What do I do? What do I do? The fact that they left makes me think that they're probably just going to leave me be now. I'm going to see how it goes for the next half hour or so. What time is it? 1 o'clock in the morning. Man. That is one absolutely terrifying feeling. Right, I'm going to keep an ear out for a bit. I'll let you know if anyone returns. Fingers crossed they don't. And if you don't hear from me before morning, they've naffed off.
The next morning, Brendan was lucky enough to wake up alive. Whoever or whatever had been lurking outside his van never came back to finish what they started. He ended the camp, shaken but safe, and later described the terrifying experience to his viewers.
Well, that's one hell of a wake-up I've ever had one. Jeez. Anyway, about the rest of my evening. It was probably about 3:30. A van pulled up, lights turned on directly at the car. No one got out. Probably for about 15 minutes, the car was just sat there with the lights shining on the car. I decided not to move because I'd already bed down for the night. It was gone, well, by the time they'd left, it had nearly 4 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't going to be long before the daylight hit. So I decided just to wait it out. I managed to get maybe an hour at about 7 o'clock. And I've just dozed in till about now, which is about 9:15 now.
Brendan was in a locked van. If someone tried to mess with him, at least he had a fighting chance. But for a young woman, alone, on foot, in the middle of a forest, that's a whole different story. Just like what happened to Katie in the next video. Chapter 3. Attack by stranger men. Katie is a young woman who shares her hiking and camping adventures on her YouTube channel, Katie Roams. But on August 6th, 2025, she embarked on a trip that would turn into one of the scariest and most harrowing experiences of her entire life. Katie had gone for a hike in a dense forest and eventually reached a lake. She decided to take a swim that could very well have been her last without her even realizing it.
Hey roamers! Today we are going on a very cozy little wild camp. I've got the tent is back out. I'm very excited to use it again. I haven't been in my tent in quite a while. I've been using my tarp for a while, but hold up. I just found this lake. Okay, it's gorgeous. Do I have my swimming stuff? Yes. Am I gonna go for a dip? Obviously, why wouldn't I? Wait, I bought sunglasses. Let's get in, shall we? That's very cold. That's cold. Flipping freezing that is, but it's kind of nice at the same time. I've had my little dip, but I do need to get a move on because, well, it's kind of late. It's around 7 p.m. right now. And I'm chilly as well. So I need to get dressed. I need to go for a wander. I need to find a spot first of all to actually camp. I was going to try and camp around the lake, but there are no flat spots that aren't boggy. There's a lot of boggy bits and the mozzies are a bit of a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and get dressed. I'm going to go on a wander and we're gonna find a spot. Oh, it's cold, let's go.
After finishing her swim, she had to find a good spot to camp before it got too late. The icy lake water had left her shivering, which made her a bit uncomfortable, but she had no idea that this minor chill was nothing compared to the fear and tension that awaited her. After a short walk, Katie finally found a place to set up her camp.
I think I found a spot. I think I'm gonna go ahead and set up right here. It's lovely and flat. Got a very nice cushioning of moss as well. There are a few twigs around that I'm gonna have to clear up, otherwise I will pop my mat.
She hung her wet clothes to dry and started assembling her tent. The tent she would soon wish she hadn't set up. Though at that moment, Katie was happy and excited, completely unaware of the nightmare ahead.
Lovely.
The temperature had dropped to -8 Celsius, and Katie was all alone in the middle of that dense forest, setting up her spot. She arranged her soft, warm sleeping pad inside the tent, eager for a cozy night. A comfort that was about to be brutally interrupted. The cold wasn't the only challenge she would face that night.
So I've got stitch mask, Trekmate's pillow, Thermarest Neo Air, Xtherm NXT, longest name in history again, and the Waratah quilt, which honestly, it's amazing. I'm very excited to use it again. I haven't used it in quite a while, but it's not been warm enough really. But it is warm right now, so I'm gonna use this.
Katie then started making a wooden chair for herself. But as she was putting together the pieces she had found, something unexpected caught her attention.
Right, I've just realised that I am one string short, and I was like, I thought I had enough. I've used it for my washing line. I'm gonna have to take my washing down. I can hear and smell a group of men. I can smell their cigarettes and I can hear them as well. So I'm just gonna leave my camera on record for like the foreseeable future until they leave. I would be quite concerned if they came any closer. So I'm just gonna leave my camera on in case, because if they come up, my camera's on, I'll be on the phone with my mum or something. I'll call my mum and just, fingers crossed they don't come, but I don't really, well, I'm out here alone. I'm building a chair.
She tried to ignore it, focusing on her chair, but the presence of unknown men lurking nearby was increasingly threatening her sense of safety. And this was only the beginning of Katie's troubles.
This is it so far. I'm trying to be quiet because I don't want them to know I'm here. I am quite camouflaged, but I have seen them. So if I can see them, they can most likely see me. Oh, I'm scared. It's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Anyone solo, if there's a group of people near you have every right to be concerned because they are quite scary. I don't know if you can hear that, but the scary men are now playing music and smoking cigarettes. Okay, if you're playing music on a speaker, loud, in a forest, which is very peaceful, and chain smoking cigarettes, you're not good vibes. If you can hear that, I'm sorry, because it's also ruining my time.
Finally, she finished her chair and decided to sit for a bit and relax. Night was falling, and it was time to prepare some food. But the main problem hadn't gone away.
I do believe it's time for some dinner. An update on the men. They are staying over there, probably about 50 meters away from me. They came over to say hello. They said they saw a light, which is this light. And they said hello, invited me for beers and for dinner. I said, no thank you. Yeah, hopefully all is good. I'm sure everything will be fine. First of all, I don't drink, so, like, I just said, you know, sorry I don't drink, but, you know, and I've had dinner already, which I haven't. I'm just making my dinner now. I don't really encounter people often. It's not a common occurrence. They're also still playing music, which is kind of annoying. Ooh. Well, never mind.
As the men drew closer, Katie grew even more anxious and tried to calm herself by keeping busy, this time cooking. But it was like taking a painkiller. It might mask the problem, but it wouldn't solve it. Soon, she would feel the full weight of the danger around her. After finishing her soup, Katie went into her tent to sleep, feeling relatively satisfied with her camp setup and excited for a good night's rest. But it didn't take long before something alarming happened, threatening to ruin everything.
I'm going to sleep in my fleece because it's not cold enough for thermals, but a fleece will do. Got my duvet. It's just like a duvet, isn't it? Because it's a quilt. I really like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to lie down. It's going to be the best feeling ever. Right, well, I'm in my bed now. Oh, I'm quite impressed with my chair, actually. It's very comfortable. It wasn't difficult to make, and I know how to make it the next time now, so it'll be a lot easier. But I think I'm going to head to bed. Definitely going to need some earplugs, because there are some idiots in the forest right now playing trance music at almost 10 o'clock.
Just a short time into her sleep, strange and loud noises woke Katie up. Terrified and tense, she had to make a critical decision.
Well, it is currently around midnight right now. I've just packed up my bag and my tent because I don't know if you can hear that, but the music is really loud. I don't feel safe here, so I'm gonna head back to the car now. I'll see you there. Well, I am back at the car. It is around 12:30, pushing on 1 a.m. right now. I'm really disappointed that I had to leave, but safety-wise, I'm very glad that I made the decision to leave. I do try and post 3 times a week, and things do go wrong sometimes. And I am going to show you because it is the reality of being a solo traveller or just being a solo camper and things like that. Things do go wrong and there's no support system out there. So it is okay to leave if you don't feel safe, if the energy isn't right, just leave. It's not hard, just pack up and go. I walked straight past them. I did not acknowledge them. I was like head down and off I went. I didn't want anything to do with it, so I just left.
Katie decided to trust her instincts before it was too late and leave the area where she didn't feel safe. Were these men just innocently hanging around? Or were they truly dangerous and could staying there lead to a terrifying disaster? What do you think? Chapter 4. The Haunted Church. Craig, Andrew, and Mikey are 3 adventurous friends who run a YouTube channel called Forgotten Productions. They explore abandoned and forgotten places, always on the hunt for paranormal activity. They were used to seeing strange and creepy things, but one night in October 2020, they experienced terror unlike anything in their previous videos. In this video, they head to an old, abandoned church in Ontario, Canada. But little did they know, this wasn't going to be just harmless mischief or a playful exploration. This decision would soon become one of the biggest mistakes of their lives. From the moment they stepped inside, every corner of the church seemed to demand their attention.
Oh yeah, look you guys, you can see the stains. Yeah. That's where all the benches would have been in this church. Oh, cool, you guys. The organ is still there, and the altar. What does that say?
After exploring for a while, a dusty piano caught their eye. They decided to sit down and play, but their curiosity, as usual, was about to get them into serious trouble.
Whoa, whoa. There we go. We lost focus there for a sec, guys. It's gonna be ghosts in here, boys.
Right?
Jesus, you see that? Wouldn't focus. But look at that. There's an organ. I wonder if it still works. And you guys think it still works?
Possibly. This place is fairly new.
New?
Not that much knowledge.
It doesn't look new to me, buddy. Does it still work? I think you gotta press the pedals or something, Andrew. Sit down. Oh, it's like they have the...
I think it's electric.
Oh yeah, electric.
Power.
It is, it's electric. It is electric.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moments after touching the piano, something strange happened. A kind of warning from the church itself.
The water damage is huge, right?
Oh shoot, someone demolished the speaker. See the speaker right there?
You guys, my gimbal just died for no reason and it was fully charged. Hang on, you guys. There. See, you're back on. There's something going on in this place, boys.
I think so.
Right?
They couldn't explain why their camera and other equipment kept cutting out intermittently. Still, they pressed on, uneasy but determined to explore further. Little did they know, the church wasn't empty. Other creatures had visited before, and none had fared well.
There's a squirrel!
Oh shoot!
It's a full carcass. That was amazing. You know how long that's been here to be like that?
Oh my god.
It's like mummified.
I'm sorry, squirrel. Yeah.
So sorry.
Where are we going here?
The camera's focus problems kept getting worse, something that had never happened in any of their previous locations. Nevertheless, they continued and eventually made their way to the basement. The damp smell and humidity were almost tolerable, but the basement held hidden secrets and horrors.
Alright, well, let's go downstairs. See what we can get. Something stinks down here. I know, right?
It does stink.
It does stink.
And it's really wet. Be careful, guys.
What is it?
It does smell like shit. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, there's definitely running water in here somewhere.
There's a knife on the ground, guys.
Where?
Right here, look.
Is that blood?
I don't know, it could be something.
Could be blood. Oh.
Inside the basement, they came across the corpse of another animal, possibly linked to the knife lying nearby.
There is. That's why it stinks down here.
Like a big, like a...
Oh my god, it's a cat. It's a cat. Or is it a dog? It's a dog. What is it, you guys?
What is that?
You see, I'm getting some bad vibes in this place.
Right? Like there's a
And you see my camera's messing up, everything. We found 2 dead animals already.
A bloody knife.
A knife. A spot where a homeless guy was living.
Yep.
Wow. You know what? Let's just keep going. We gotta finish this place.
Alright.
Let's go. I don't even feel like walking in this water after seeing that.
The camera issues continued, and the animal bodies made Craig and his friends increasingly uneasy. Had these creatures died naturally? Were the camera malfunctions just coincidence? Or was something far beyond their understanding at work? Their minds raced with questions. Until something happened that snapped them out of their thoughts and forced them to pay attention to their surroundings.
If y'all know what this is, let us
Oh,
know in
the
the comments.
piano.
Yeah, someone took it apart.
Come on, why'd they do that? Let's go make it.
Someone took the piano apart, that's for sure.
Shame on them.
Like, what's that?
Someone's like, why?
Oh wow. You guys, there's someone...
Good idea.
Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot.
This is creepy church, man.
That's hella creepy. What? You hear that?
Yeah.
Shh.
Andrew.
Stop walking. If there are any spirits here, say something. You can stay at my camera.
Oh, man. What? Alright.
Even hearing strange noises wasn't enough to make them leave. They continued exploring and eventually found a bed, one that raised even more unsettling questions.
It looks like there's a bed there.
Oh, yeah, it does.
A what?
A bed.
A bed. Somebody's sleeping here.
Yeah.
No.
Anybody in here?
Oh my, yeah. This place was full of squatters before then. Is anyone in here? Hello? Is that you were hearing in this building? Hello? I don't know. Alright, well, let's go. Let's go this way. This place is just giving me some vibes.
This is hella creepy.
Got another stage here and another altar.
Was someone or something sleeping there? Before they could find out, another sudden noise shocked them again.
Church doors? They must have had a different church at one point then.
Maybe. Chinese, look.
Where?
Chinese.
My camera again, my camera.
I'm going back over.
Andrew, here. Andrew,
Good buddy.
here.
What?
Just hold it, don't turn it off. This place is hella creepy, you guys. I don't like it down here whatsoever, especially with this thing here.
Yeah.
Like this, I'm constantly losing focus. This never happens.
Hey, let me ask you something. How old do you think this is?
That how old it is?
Yeah.
I don't even know, but like look at the wheels, they're like wooden
That's
wheels.
what I mean. And the design and everything on it.
It's very creepy, very eerie in this place, you guys. Let's just go upstairs.
Okay,
I need to get out of here. I don't like the vibes it's giving me.
They'd had enough of trial and error. Before it was too late and something terrible happened, they wisely exited the church. That night, the three curious friends got lucky, surviving a place far more terrifying than anything they'd experienced. But in the next video, we'll see a haunted house that makes this church look like nothing. And the events there are even darker. Chapter 5. Spirit Threat. Casey is a YouTuber who explores abandoned and remote locations, always chasing paranormal activity, sharing countless videos on his channel, Mindseed TV. But on September 10th, 2021, he uploaded one of the scariest videos on all of YouTube. On a quiet, dark night, Casey and his friend decided to investigate an old barn house, isolated in the middle of a cornfield. But this house was no ordinary place. It had stood untouched for years, and even the locals didn't dare approach it, sharing creepy and mysterious stories. The house once belonged to a family who had died under mysterious circumstances, and no one knew the details. That was exactly what convinced Casey to find out what was really happening inside. A decision that would probably turn out to be one of the biggest mistakes of his life. Right from the start, they were greeted in a disturbing way.
This looks way different at night, though.
Yeah, it does. Those cornfields are creepy. Hello?
Yo, what the fuck? Look up there to the left.
What?
Look what those are doing.
What the fuck, dude?
Yo,
That shit is moving all over the fucking place.
There's multiple cabinet doors moving. The drawers were twitching on either side of it. The doors were moving, and that's just something you don't expect when you first walk into a brand new place.
look up there to the left.
What?
Look what those are doing.
What the fuck, dude?
Yo,
That shit is moving all over the fucking place.
Instantly.
these like open.
When we saw the doors moving, we wanted to find some explanation for it, so we looked above, below, behind, and we saw nothing that would cause that. We even tried to open and close the door we just came through a couple times to see if that would make anything move, and sure enough, it didn't.
They couldn't find any logical explanation for the cabinets opening and closing on their own. Nothing was connected to them, and the sudden movements couldn't have been caused by the wind. But before Casey and his friends could answer the questions running through their heads, something else grabbed their attention.
You hear that? That's insane. You hear that?
Yeah, I did, dude.
Whoa. You fucking see that? Hello? Dude, there might be somebody here. Hello? Let me see the EMF detector.
I got the lot of this.
What the fuck, man?
I mean, they must want us to go up.
What did it say?
As we were heading upstairs, I started using the EMF detector. Tanner had the Ovilus right behind me, and the Ovilus was going nuts. It was just saying word after word after word. A lot of them didn't make much sense. There was just a lot of stuff coming through. But that only happens when we're in an area that has high amounts of activity and energy coming through. So something is in this place that's making this device get that many readings.
Well, it's getting a lot of readings. I mean,
Something boring found?
Norman, club, plan, moss, people.
We're not getting anything clear. There's a lot of chatter.
Mind,
Was that you in the kitchen?
shut.
who's here with us right now?
The energy in the house was so strong that their device never stopped picking out codes. Casey couldn't make sense of the words or find answers. Meanwhile, they were terrified. The cabinet mystery alone was unsettling, but now, the presence of spirits became apparent. And they had no idea this was only the beginning. What awaited them was far beyond their expectations. As they explored further, they came across a strange door.
Hello? What's this thing right here?
A door in the middle of the wall.
What the is this?
What is that?
Hello? It's like a fucking hidden door and a fucking hidden door.
Oh my god.
What was that?
Hello?
They were petrified. What or who could be behind that cursed door? The sound of the thudding still echoed in their ears, and the device kept repeating words. Could those words have been warnings to stay away? Despite everything, Casey decided to open the door, a decision he and his friends would regret.
I'm opening the door. If there's anybody in here? Hello? Hello? What the fuck, dude? You smell that, right?
Yeah.
Smells like that rotten smell, dude.
Ooh.
It's like that fucking nasty dead smell, dude.
There was a really foul smell. It smelled like a dead body. It smelled like something rotten. And we've encountered that before in locations. That's usually not a good sign. That's not something that you want to smell when you're investigating some type of paranormal energy. That's usually an indication of something that's bad.
Let me see.
Oh, bro. It's...
This might be a good spot to.
Ouija?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Or anything, but I mean, we gotta do tests up here. It fucking smells weird, bro.
Oh, that's horrible, honestly.
Let's go see what Diamond says in the kitchen. 'Cause we didn't.
Their minds were more unsettled than ever. The cabinets moved, the device repeated words nonstop, and a foul smell had begun to seep into Casey's and his friend's senses, lingering and impossible to ignore. They continued exploring, seemingly unable to leave without answers. But they wished they had made a different choice. After some time, no matter how hard they tried with their cameras, they couldn't capture anything or get answers. So, they took a simpler but much riskier approach. They decided to ask the house itself.
1, 2, 3.
Do you want us here?
When we came up here in the attic, there was a really foul smell. Is this the family that lived here previously?
And after asking a few questions, the silence was interrupted by the Ovilus, which was downstairs. And it said something that kind of caught me off guard.
Is whatever made that noise up here with us right now?
Hear that?
Yeah.
The Ovilus.
What did it say?
I think it said arrived, didn't it? Is there something that just arrived when we started using the board? Or have you been here?
Is whatever made that noise here with us?
Are you the one that was moving the cabinets downstairs when we walked in? Were you closer? Oh shit. Are you getting this?
All of a sudden, I felt the planchette slowly start to vibrate a little, and it just started gliding. And that's how it is sometimes. It's like we've done that so many times where we sit there and get nothing on it. And when you feel that little bit of movement, it's like your heart starts pounding, you get a little bit nervous, it's like a rush of anxiety.
B? It was a B.
It was a B, yeah. This shit's moving quick.
It's this anxious feeling that I'm just sitting there saying, oh no, oh no, oh no, here it comes, in my head for them. And I'm even just being in the room is uncomfortable.
Holy shit, we got movement. Oh. B-O? Dude, the fuck?
Oh.
Cruising.
The Ovilus, dude.
To their shock, the house responded with meaningful and terrifying words. Usually, experiences like this don't yield anything concrete. But in this attic that night, everything was different. Black wings, a corpse, words you couldn't just ignore. Casey and his friends kept asking questions, unaware of the terrifying events about to unfold.
That smell came back too.
Alright, we gotta keep asking. Body, what does that mean? Is your body still here somewhere?
At the time, I think we were all so excited that it was moving, and we didn't want to just stop. You know, we just opened up communication, we were getting movement, so we continued asking questions.
Whose body?
So I started noticing something weird with Casey because you'll notice in the camera when I focus on him in the dark, like I'm just trying to get a better view of him. Because even with my naked eye from where I was sitting, I could see him like glistening, but I couldn't really see what was going on with his face until I looked through the viewfinder and I realized how pale and his eyes were going different directions at times.
Dizzy.
I just saw like all of you're extremely, I mean maybe not on the camera, but to me you look really pale and clammy.
It feels hotter up here.
I started having a really weird feeling in my chest and even in my head. I started feeling like dizzy and fatigued. That's the only way to describe it. Felt like I just got back from like a 2-mile run. I was out of breath and I felt like I was about to pass out.
Let's end it.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a wonder.
Yeah,
I feel a little weird.
You good?
Yeah,
Good, everybody?
Yep.
Casey just didn't look good. He looked unwell, just sick.
I just felt like immediately tired.
Yeah.
Casey couldn't stay inside any longer. His chest felt heavy. He decided to head toward the cornfield beside the house with his friends. There, they found the corpse of the family who had died in the house, the word corpse, likely guiding them to that location.
50 to 100 feet in, and that's good for me. Just to see if there's any kind of spikes out here, but this feels like a dumb idea.
Well, who's first?
this where you wanted us so that we could die by spiders?
Well,
alright.
No time like the present, boys.
Just be careful.
The deeper they went into the field, the more terrifying the atmosphere became. They couldn't find what they were looking for. Had coming here been the right choice? Or should they have waited longer for more answers from the spirit? They needed to decide quickly before the real disaster struck.
What the fuck? We're not getting anything out here, and I literally feel like there's shit crawling all over me.
According to them, this is right around where the bodies were.
While we were out there, we asked a bunch of questions, had the EMF detector with us, wasn't getting much, and we decided this is fucking stupid.
We're standing in the middle of a fucking cornfield covered in spiders with no readings.
Where the bodies were dumped.
Where the bodies were dumped, but there's just no readings happening, so I vote we just head back.
Get the hell out.
Yeah. You know, we got shit going on in the house already. The Ouija board.
There's bugs everywhere. We're surrounded in leaves. Let's go back to the house.
Casey and his friends finally decided to leave the cornfield, but their mistake was returning to the house. And in the end, they made the biggest mistake, sleeping in the beds of that house, despite all they had experienced. They set up their cameras and tried to sleep, but the unluckiest member this time was Tanner.
While I was sleeping, I felt like the bed move underneath me, almost like someone was like trying to flip me out of bed, and it startled me, obviously, and I ran out the room. And looking back at the footage, you could see that the door from the trap door where we heard the boom earlier actually opened right before all that shit went down.
Tanner, terrified, ran to his friend's room and warned them about what was happening. By then, it was clear that there was no safe place to stay. They had to get out, and fast. Fortunately, this time, they finally made the right decision. Casey and his friends fled the haunted house. But the memory of that incredible night would never leave their minds, or the minds of anyone who watched their video. Chapter 6. The Female Demon Spirit. Mask is a YouTuber who films his camping trips, hikes, and adventures in abandoned and remote locations on his channel, Mandog Wild. But on February 20th, 2021, he took on one of the scariest and most dangerous challenges of his life. A challenge unlike anything in his previous adventures. This time, Mask traveled back in time exploring history itself. He headed to a historic site called Racton Ruins in West Sussex, England. But this was no ordinary place. Built in 1772, it had seen centuries of people passing through, cults, devil worshippers, witches, illegal raves, and even numerous suicides. All of this convinced Mask to see the ruins for himself and in search for any paranormal activity. Little did he know what kind of terrifying experience awaited him. After a long hike, he finally reached the location and entered the mysterious site. As he walked around, the air felt heavy. The place seemed to smell of decay and death, as if the spirits of all who had died there still lingered. Despite his anxiety and fear, Mask continued exploring a decision he would soon regret.
The place is in a pretty bad condition. So much rubbish being left around. So this lower level where we're going to be tonight, it's reported was primarily used for banquets. You guys can see there, bricks falling out. There's potential in that to be the flying bricks, but we'll see. I'm not sure who would want to stay here. Back in the day, yeah, I would have stayed here back in the day, back in 1772. But tonight, I'm staying here anyway.
Mask decided to make himself a coffee first, just to make the cold more bearable. He also needed to pick a spot for sleeping that night. A sleep that would not be easy or peaceful.
So here's our food bag. Pots, water, and right there is our quick deploy sleep system. We whack it out, we blow up the roll mat, and we're done. So right there's the second floor, and there's no way I'm going to be able to get up there. Not with this bag on me. And down here it looks to be the place where there's the least glass. So I think this is where we're going to lay down our quick deployment bag after a little bit of a cleanup. I guess.
After finishing his coffee, with darkness settling in, Mask went into the turret. There, he sat down and began discussing the history of the place and his plan for the night.
So another interesting piece of history here is that of the Rackham man. He was a warrior chief who died in battle, and he bled to death from a sword wound. His skeletal remains were discovered over 4,000 years after, in 1989, in the farmlands outside of this structure. So, with all this history present, we might as well have ourselves a little ghost hunt. Now, I'm not necessarily a believer in ghosts, and I'm not a non-believer, I'm just, meh, you know. So, yeah, we're gonna have ourselves some fun and get on with the ghost hunt.
He used a special app designed to detect and communicate with spirits, beginning a conversation he would soon wish he'd never started.
Hello? Okay, how did you die? How did you die?
After a while, frustrated by the lack of responses and feeling scared, Mask decided to try another app. He wanted to talk to the spirits by any means, and this might have been the biggest mistake of the night.
Okay, well this app isn't doing much. So we're gonna go ahead and try a different one. Are there any spirits present with us here tonight? Are there any spirits present with us here tonight? You're dead? How did you die? Did you live here? I don't know, guys, I don't know.
Mask couldn't make sense of the fragmented words and wanted a full conversation. He persisted, trying the previous app again, but still received no clear answers. Fear and anxiety grew, though he tried to calm himself.
I guess not. I guess not. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I think a lot of it is to do with your mind. Your mind plays tricks on you. And that's all it is. I'm not saying it's not real, I'm just saying your mind is your worst enemy a lot of times. Especially when it gets dark.
Was all of this just Mask's imagination? Or was something or someone coming to the ruins at night with the potential to harm or even kill him? The answer was hard to know. Mask ate his dinner and prepared for the night. The vibes of the place felt wrong, but he decided to try it asleep. He should have trusted his gut and left earlier, because this sleep was about to become one of the worst of his life.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and get some sleep. And, yeah, hopefully we'll see you in the morning. I think we're good. We'll be alright. I'll see you guys in the morning. So it's starting to get light now. Did not sleep well. Did not sleep well at all. So I'm gonna get out of here. It's just an eerie presence around here. So yeah, we're gonna scoot on out of here and call it a day. Okay guys, so I just got my shit together. One of the things I always go by when camping is to go with your gut instinct, go with the vibes. If it's a positive vibe, then you're all good, but if you get those negative vibes, it's not a good thing. And it's our human inhibition to know when you should leave. Either that, or I'm just letting all of this stuff kind of get to me. And maybe that's what it's supposed to do, to ward off other people. Who knows, but you know what? I'm gonna skedaddle on out. What the fuck? Yeah. We're getting out of here.
Mask was lucky this time. Nothing happened to him. His intuition had warned him about the place, and he had listened. He realized that trusting his inner sense might have just saved his life, but that night could have easily been his last. Do you think you should always trust your instincts? If you've had a similar experience, share it with us. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and leave a like. It really helps us out. We're just at the beginning of this journey, and your support is what keeps the darkness alive. Our next goal is 10,000 subscribers, and with your help, we'll bring you even higher quality and far more disturbing videos. Don't miss what's coming next.